Not entirely sure what happened there. I'm going to reward, let her know that her being over there is what I wanted. Come on. Good girl. You're not going to get a reward that time because I didn't ask you to go anywhere because my feet haven't moved either. Let's walk. Good girl. Good girl, Chalula. And while she's right there in that nice heel position while I'm moving, I'm going to offer her food / a treat in motion, right? Because I'm going to make a turn. Good girl. Good girl. That is a perfect placement. That is exactly where I would like you to be. Let's walk. Good girl. Notice we walked all the way out of sight of the vehicle, right? Good girl. It's really nice. I'm going to offer her a treat right there because that was really nice. She made that entire little stretch right there without me having to stop. Good girl. So we're back inside of the vehicle. The vehicle was not terrifying last time. The trunk opened. The trunk is still open. We're not playing in the dirt right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to see if she will be interested in the back seat. I'm going to put her food into the back seat. See how she's planting. That is okay. I am going to ask her if she would like to come up. Good girl. Good girl. And I mean, we're pretty much right here. Good girl. Good girl, Chalula. And we're immediately going to walk away. I brought a handful of food with me, but I left the entire bowl in the car. Good girl. Let's walk. Slow and steady always wins the race here, right? Good girl. Good girl, Chalula. I'm going to get on the opposite side of her. Good girl. Here we go. That's better. That's okay. She wanted to back away. We're going to walk away. I'm not going to trap you in the situation. That area is a little bit tight. You're not going to get a reward, but I will walk you away. That made you uncomfortable. I'm not going to force you into it. No worries. I'm kind of altering good girl where my feet are landing so that she can be successful in walking towards me. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to try in a more open area where she doesn't feel quite as stuck. That's a relatively tight. I'm going to try to lure her to put her feet up into the trunk. And if she does not want to, that is okay. I'm going to ask her just to sit. Good girl. I'm going to hand her that, and I'm going to go reload my hand. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Sit. Oh, good girl. I'm going to get up here. Come on. I'm going to reward for interest. She is leaning her body towards the vehicle and not actively walking away. I like that, so I'm going to reward it. Doesn't know what to do. She's going to sit down. She's going to look at me. I'm going to reward. Get those little 2 pieces off the tailgate, and I'm going to get more. I'm just going to grab the entire bowl. Wherever she is comfortable, right? Because the worst thing that we can do is just grab her and shove her into the trunk of the car, or like even in the back seat. And honestly, when it comes to picking a dog up, I always recommend that people do not. She's at least pulling her butt up off the ground. That is totally fine. Good girl. I'm going to ask her to sit this time. She has legs and they function. And any time we just allow our dogs to cower in fear of a situation, and we pick them up and we basically tell them that you can't do this by yourself. She can do it by herself. I mean, look at her. I mean, she's almost in the back of the car. And that's okay. And that's okay. I'm just letting her breathe for a second. Check it out. No one's having a stroke. No one's having an aneurysm. We don't need to panic. You're a good girl. This is so much better than the first night that we tried this. Good girl. I'm going to reward that sit just because she's thinking. She's trying. She's like, woman, what do you want? Good girl. Do you notice how she looked back towards the vehicle? She's like, wait a minute. The rest of my food's in there. Yep, that's why I left it there. It makes the car rewarding in and of itself. The food is in there. I want her to see that. How did my leg smell? Good girl. Let's walk. I want a dog that can walk on both sides, and because I'm going to try sticking my foot up here. See, oh Lord, I'm going to say I'm stiff today. That's okay. Good girl. I don't know if you can see that. My leg may have been in the way. But she kind of popped her little front feet up off the ground. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. And with that, we are going to call it good. And also, I am out of her food. Sit. Good girl. Something nice and easy. I know she can and will do. Very, very nice. Very, very nice.